Cecily? Cecily! I think that watering flowers is a servant's occupation rather than yours, especially at a moment when the pleasures of education are waiting for you. Your German grammar book is on the table. Please open it at the page 15. We will do yesterday's lesson again.
But I don't like German. It isn't a very pretty language. I know that I look quite ugly after my German lesson.
Child, your guardian is anxious that you improve yourself in every way. Yesterday when he was leaving for town, he reminded me how important your German is. Indeed, he always reminds me how important your German is when he's leaving for town.
Dear Uncle Jack is so very serious. Sometimes he's so serious that I think he must be ill.
Your guardian's health is excellent, and his seriousness, indeed his earnestness, is very admirable in such young men. I do not know anyone else with such a good sense of duty and responsibility.
Perhaps that's why he often seems a little bored when we three are together.
Cecily, I'm surprised at you. You know Mr. Warding has many troubles in his life. You must remember that he is always worried about that unfortunate young man, his brother Ernest.
I wish Uncle Jack would allow that unfortunate young man, his brother Ernest, to come visit us sometimes. We might have a good influence on him, Miss Prism. I'm sure that you would. You know, German and geology and all kinds of things that influence a man very much.
I do not think that even I could have a good influence on him. Oh, Mr. Warding himself says that his brother's character is weak and indecisive. In fact, I wouldn't want to have a good influence on him. I do not approve of this modern desire to turn bad people into good people at a moment's notice. I think he should suffer for his misbehavior. Put away that diary, Cecily. I do not understand why you keep a diary at all.
I keep a diary in order to write down the wonderful secrets of my life. If I didn't write them down, I should probably forget all about them.
Our memory is the diary that we all have with us.
Yes, but our memory usually remembers things that have never happened and couldn't possibly have happened. I believe that memory is responsible for all the 3-volume novels people write.
Do not be dismissive of the 3-volume novel, Cecily. I think I wrote one myself a long time ago.
Did you really, Miss Prism? How wonderfully clever you are! I hope it did not end happily. I do not like novels that end happily. They depress me so much.
The good people ended happily. The bad people ended unhappily. That is fiction.
I suppose so. But it seems very unfair. Was your novel ever published?
I am sad to say it was not. The manuscript, unfortunately, was lost. I forgot it in a handbag on a railway station. I have never seen that handbag again. Go back to work, child. There is no point in thinking about those things.
But I see dear Canon Chasuble coming towards us through the garden.
Canon, dear Canon, what a pleasure to see you.
And how are we today? Miss Prism, you are, I hope, well.
Miss Prism has just been complaining of a slight headache. I think that it would do her good to have a short walk with you in the park, Canon Chasuble.
Cecily, I do not remember saying anything about having a headache.
I know that, but I felt that you had a headache. Indeed. I was thinking about that and not about my German lesson when Ken and Chasuble arrived.
I hope, Cecily, that you pay attention to your lessons.
Oh! I'm afraid I do not.
That is strange. If I were Miss Prism's pupil, I would always pay attention. I would hang upon her lips. Oh my goodness. Has Mr. Worthing returned from town yet?
We expect him on Monday afternoon.
Oh, yes. He likes to spend his Sundays in London. He is an earnest young man who does not always seems to look for pleasure, as I believe his younger brother does. I will see you both at church, shall I?
I think, dear Canon, I will have a walk with you. I find I do have a headache after all, and a walk might do it good.
It would be a pleasure, Miss Prism, a pleasure. Let us walk to the end of the garden and back.
Cecily! You will read political economy in my absence.
Horrid political economy! Horrid German!
Mr. Ernest Worthing has arrived from the station. He has brought his luggage with him.
Mr. Ernest Worthing, before the Albany, London. He must be Uncle Jack's brother. Have you told him Uncle Jack is in town?
Yes, he seemed very disappointed. I told him that you and Miss Prism were in the garden. He said he's very anxious to speak to you privately for a moment.
Ask Mr. Ernest Worthing to come here. And you had better talk to the housekeeper about a bedroom for him.
Yes, miss.
I have never met a really wicked person before. I feel rather frightened. I'm so afraid that he will look just like everyone else. Dear, he does.
You are my cousin Cecily, I'm sure.
You're making a strange mistake. I'm not little. In fact, I believe I'm quite tall for my age. But I am your cousin Cecily, and you, I see from your card, are Uncle Jack's brother. My cousin Ernest. My wicked cousin Ernest.
Oh, you mustn't think that I'm wicked.
If you're not wicked, then I think you have been deceiving us all. I hope you have not been leading a double life. I hope you have not been pretending to be wicked and being really good all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
Of course, I have been rather bad.
I'm glad to hear it.
In fact, I think I have been very wicked my own way.
Well, I don't think you should be so proud of that. Though I'm sure it must have been very pleasant.
Oh, it is much pleasanter being here with you.
I don't understand why you're here at all. Uncle Jack won't be back from town till Monday afternoon.
Well, that is a great disappointment to me. But I have to leave for London by the first train on Monday morning. I have a business meeting that I'm anxious to miss.
Couldn't you miss it anywhere but in London?
No, the appointment is in London.
See, I know that it is important not to attend a business meeting. That is what makes life interesting. But still, I think you should wait till Uncle Jack arrives. I know he wants to speak to you about your emigration.
He wants to speak to me about... I don't understand.
Your emigration? He has gone to town to buy you clothes.
I will certainly not allow Jack to buy my clothes. He has terrible taste in ties.
Oh, I don't think you'll require ties. Uncle Jack is sending you to Australia.
Australia! I would rather die.
Well, at dinner on Wednesday, he said that you would have to choose between this world, the next world, and Australia.
I don't think Australia and the next world are very nice. This world is good enough for me, cousin Cecily.
But are you good enough for it?
I am afraid I'm not. That is why I want you to reform me. Please, will you do this, Cousin Cecily?
I'm afraid I don't have time this afternoon.
Would you mind if I report myself this afternoon?
Well, it is rather ambitious of you, but I think you should try.
I will. I feel better already.
You're looking a little worse.
That is because I'm hungry.
How thoughtless of me! I should have remembered that someone who is going to reform himself needs regular meals. Please come in.
Oh, can I have a flower first? I don't have any appetite before, unless I have a flower. I would like this pink rose.
Why?
Because you are like a pink rose, Cousin Cecily.
I don't think you should talk to me like that. Miss Prism doesn't say such things to me.
Miss Prism must be a very short-sighted old lady.
You are the prettiest girl I have ever seen.
Miss Prism says that good looks are a trap.
They are a trap that every sensible man would like to be caught in.
Oh, I don't think I would like to catch a sensible man. I wouldn't know what to talk to him about.
You're on your own too much, dear Canon. You should get married.
The early church was very much against marriage.
That is obviously the reason why the early church has not lasted until the present day. You do not seem to realize, dear Canon, the man who remains single becomes a permanent temptation.
But isn't man equally attractive when he is married?
No married man is ever attractive, except to his wife.
And often, I've been told, he isn't even attractive to her.
That depends on a woman. If she's a mature woman, she can be relied upon. You cannot rely upon a young woman. But where is Cecily?
Perhaps she followed us.
Mr. Worthing!
Mr. Worthing.
What a pleasure to see you. We didn't expect you until Monday afternoon.
I have returned sooner than I expected to. Canon Chasuble, I hope you are well.
Dear Mr. Worthing, I do hope these black clothes do not mean that something dreadful has happened.
My brother!
More shameful deaths and bad behavior.
Is he still leading his wicked life?
Dead!
Your brother Ernest is dead.
Quite dead!
What a lesson for him. I hope he learns from this.
Dear Mr. Worthing, I offer you my sincere condolences. At least you know that you have always been the most loving and forgiving to him.
Poor Ernest! He had many faults, but it is a sad, sad blow.
Very sad indeed. Were you with him at the end?
No! He died abroad. In Paris, in fact. I had a telegram last night from the manager of the Grand Hotel in Paris.
Did the telegram mention the cause of death?
A bad cold, it seems.
Cement souls, so shall he reap.
Charity, Miss Prism, charity. None of us are perfect. I myself am particularly sensitive to draws. Will the funeral take place here?
No, it seems that he wanted to be buried in Paris.
In Paris? Oh, I don't think he was being very serious, even at the end. You will want me to mention this sad event in a church next Sunday. My sermon on the mercy of God can be used on many occasions, happy or sad. I have preached it at baptisms, weddings, and funerals. The last time I preached it was to the Society of Prevention of Discontent. among the upper class. The bishop who was present liked it very much.
That reminds me, Canon Chasuble, I think that you mentioned baptisms. I suppose that you know how to baptize people. I mean, you often baptize people, don't you?
It is, I am sorry to say, one of Canon's most frequent duties. I have often spoken to the poorer classes about it, but they do not take any notice.
But is there any particular child in whom you're interested in, Mr. Worthing? Your brother was, I believe, unmarried.
Oh, yes.
People who live just for pleasure are usually unmarried.
But it is not for any child, dear Canon, no. The fact is that I would like to be baptized myself. This afternoon, if you have nothing better to do.
But surely, Mr. Worthing, you must have been baptized already.
I don't remember anything about it. Of course, I don't know if you think that I am a little too old now.
Not at all. At what time would you like the ceremony to be performed?
Oh, I will come about 5 o'clock, if that would suit you.
Perfectly, perfectly. In fact, I have 2 similar ceremonies to perform at that time. 2 twins, born in one of the cottages at your estate.
Oh, I don't think it would be much fun to be baptized with babies. It would be childish. Would 5:30 be all right?
Of course, of course. And now, Mr. Worthing, I will not stay any longer in this house of grief. I just ask you not to grieve too much. Bitter trials are often blessings in disguise.
That seems to me to be an extremely obvious blessing.
Uncle Jack! I'm so pleased to see you. But what terrible clothes you're wearing? Please go and change them.
Cecily!
My child.
What is the matter, Uncle Jack? Please look happy. You look as if you have toothache. And I have got such a surprise for you. Who do you think is in the dining room? Your brother.
Who?
Your brother Ernest.
That is nonsense. I haven't got a brother.
Don't say that. Even though he has behaved badly in the past, he is still your brother. You mustn't be so heartless. I'll tell him to come out and you will shake hands with him, won't you, Uncle Jack?
Since we were just getting used to his departure, news of his return seemed very distressing.
It is very happy news.
My brother is in the dining room. I don't know what it means. I think it is perfectly ridiculous.
Uncle Jack! Good heavens!
I have come from town to tell you
That I am very sorry for all the trouble I have given you, and I will behave myself better in the future.
Uncle Jack, are you going to refuse to shake your brother's hand?
Nothing will make me shake his hand. I think it is disgraceful that he has come here. He knows perfectly well why.
Uncle Jack, do be nice. There is some good in everyone. Ernest has just been telling me about his poor invalid friend, Mr. Bunbury. He goes to visit very often. There must be much good in Ernest. of an invalid.
He has been talking about Ernest, has he?
Oh yes, he tells me everything about him and his poor, very bad health.
Bunbury. Well, I don't want him to talk to you about Bunbury or about anything else. It makes me furious.
Brother Jack, I agree that I used to behave very badly, but I think that his coldness towards me is very unkind. I expected a better welcome, especially since it's the first time I have come here.
Uncle Jack, if you don't shake hands with Ernest, I will never forgive you.
You will never forgive me?
Never, never, never.
Well, this is the last time I shall ever do it.
It's lovely to see a perfect reconciliation, isn't it? I think we should leave the brothers alone.
Cecily, you will come with us.
Certainly, Miss Prism. My task of reconciliation is over.
You have done something beautiful today, dear child.
We must not say those things too soon.
I feel very happy.
Algie, you young scoundrel! You must get out of this place as soon as possible! I don't allow any Bunbury in here!
I have put Mr. Ernest's things in the room next to yours, sir.
What?
Mr. Ernest's luggage. I've unpacked it and put it in the room next to your own.
His luggage?
Yes. 3 large suitcases, 1 small suitcase, 2 head boxes, and a large picnic basket.
I am afraid I can only stay for a week this time.
Merryman, order the carriage at once. Mr. Ernest has suddenly been called back to town.
Yes, sir.
What a liar you are, Jack! I haven't been called back to town at all!
Yes, you have.
I haven't heard anyone call me.
Your duty as a gentleman calls you back.
My duty as a gentleman has never interfered with my pleasure at all.
Yes, I quite understand that.
Well, Cecily is a darling.
You are not to talk of Miss Cardew like that. I don't like it.
Well, I don't like your clothes.
You look perfectly ridiculous in them. Why don't you go upstairs and change? It is perfectly childish to be wearing black clothes for a man who is going to stay in your house for a whole week as a guest.
You are certainly not staying with me for a whole week. You must leave by the 4 o'clock train.
I certainly won't leave you while
You are in a black cloth.
That would be very unfriendly.
Will you leave if I change my clothes?
Yes, if we are not too long.
I never saw anybody else who took so long to get dressed and with such uninteresting results.
Well, at least that is better than always being overdressed like you.
If I am occasionally overdressed, I make up for it by being extremely overeducated.
Your vanity is silly, your behavior is outrageous, and your presence in my garden is ridiculous. However, you have got to catch the 4 o'clock train, and I hope you will have a pleasant journey back to town. This Bunburying has not been a success for you.
I think it has been a great success. I am in love with Cecily, and that's wonderful. But I must see her before I go and make some more arrangements for some more Bunburying. Oh, there she is.
Oh, I came back to water the roses.
Oh, Uncle Jack going to order the carriage for me.
Is he going to take you for a nice drive?
He's going to send me away.
Then we have to part.
I'm afraid so, and it's very painful.
It is always painful to part with new friends. It is easy to bear the absence of old friends. But to part from someone whom one has just met is extremely painful.
Thank you.
The carriage has arrived, sire.
It can wait, Merriman, for 5 minutes.
All right. Cecily, I hope I shall not offend you if I tell you that you seem to me to be perfect in every way.
I'm very glad that you're so honest. If you will allow me, I will copy your words into my diary.
Your diary?
Do you really keep a diary? I would love to look at it. May I look at it?
Oh no! You see, it is just a young girl's record of her thoughts and impressions. And of course, it is going to be published. And when it appears in the form of a book, I hope you will buy a copy.
Certainly.
Don't stop, Ernest. I love writing things down from dictation. I'm quite ready to write down more. Don't cough, Ernest. When one is dictating, one should always speak clearly and not cough. Besides, I cannot spell a cough.
Cecily, ever since I first looked at your wonderful beauty, I have loved you wildly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly.
I don't think you should tell me you love me wildly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly. Hopelessly doesn't make much sense, does it?
Cecily.
The carriage is waiting at the door, sir.
Tell it to come to the door next week at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Jack would be very annoyed if he knew you were staying till next week at the same time.
I don't care about Jack. I don't care about anybody in the whole world except you. I love you, Cecily. You will marry me, won't you?
You silly boy, of course! We have been engaged for the last 3 months.
For the last 3 months?
Well, it would have been 3 months on Thursday.
But how did we become engaged?
Well, ever since Uncle Jack told us he had a very wicked younger brother, you, of course, have been the main topic of conversation between me and Miss Prism. And the man who is talked about all the time is very attractive. And I fell in love with you, which is probably a bit silly of me.
Darling, and when did we become engaged?
On the 14th of February, I was very unhappy that you didn't know I existed. So I made up my mind to decide the matter one way or the other. I decided to accept your proposal of marriage. I decided that we were engaged. And so the next day, I bought this little ring for you to give me, and I promised you that I would always wear it.
Did I really give you this? It's very pretty, isn't it?
Yes, you've got wonderfully good taste, Ernest. It's the excuse I gave you for leading such a bad life. And also, here I give all your dear letters.
But my own sweet Cecily, I have never written you any letters.
You didn't remind me, Ernest. I remember pretty well that I had to write your own letters for you.
Do let me read them.
I couldn't possibly let you do that. They would make you far too conceited. The 3 that you wrote me after I had broken off the engagement are so beautiful and so badly spelled that even now they make me cry a little.
But was our engagement ever broken off?
Of course it was. On the 22nd of March. You can see the diary entry if you like. Today, I broke off my engagement with Ernest. I feel it is better to do so. The weather continues to be very pleasant.
But why on earth did you break it off? What have I done? I have done nothing at all. Cecily, I am very hurt indeed to hear that you broke it off. particularly when the weather was so pleasant.
Well, it wouldn't have been a very serious engagement if it hadn't been broken off at least once. Besides, I forgave you before the end of the week.
What a perfect angel you are, Cecily.
Sweet romantic boy.
Do you promise that you will never ever break our engagement again?
Well, I don't think I could do that now that I've actually met you. Besides, there's your name in it.
Yes, of course.
You must not laugh at me, darling, but it has always been a dream of mine to love someone called Ernest.
But couldn't you love me if I had another name?
What name?
Any name you like.
Algernon, for instance.
But I don't like the name Algernon.
My dear sweet little darling, I cannot see why you don't like the name Algernon. It is not a bad name. In fact, it is rather an aristocratic name. Half the fellows who get into bankruptcy court
are called Algernon. But seriously, Cecily, if my name was Algie, couldn't you love me?
I might respect you, Ernest. I might admire your character. But I wouldn't want to spend much time with you.
The clergyman here is, I suppose, a very experienced man.
Oh, yes. Canon Chasuble is a very learned man. He has never written a single book, so you can imagine how much he knows.
I must see him because of the baptism. I'm in an important business.
Oh.
I shan't be away for more than half an hour.
We have been engaged since the 14th of February, and I have only met you now. So it is rather hard that you should leave me for as long as half an hour. Couldn't you make it 20 minutes?
I will be back in no time.
What an ambitious boy he is. I must write down about his proposal in my diary.
Miss Fairfax has called for Mr. Worthing. She says it is on a very important business.
Isn't Mr. Worthing in his library?
Mr. Worthing went to the Canon Chasuble house some time ago.
Ask the lady to come out into the garden and join me. Mr. Worthing is sure to be back soon, and you can bring tea.
Yes, miss.
Miss Fairfax. She must be one of the good women who helped Uncle Jack with his charitable work in London. I don't really like women who are interested in charitable work. I think it's so presumptuous of them.
Miss Fairfax is here.
Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Cecily Cardew.
Cecily Cardew, what a very sweet name. I think we are going to be great friends. I like you already more than I can say, and my first impressions of people are never wrong.
How nice of you to like me that much when we have just met. Please sit down.
I may call you Cecily, may I not?
Of course, with pleasure.
And you will always call me Gwendolen, won't you?
If you wish.
Then that is all quite settled, is it not?
I hope so.
Perhaps this is a good opportunity to tell you who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. You have never heard of Papa, I suppose?
I don't think so.
Oh. Well, outside the family circle, Papa, I am glad to say, is completely unknown. I think that is quite right. The home seems to me to be a proper place for a man. Indeed, once a man starts to neglect his duties at home, it makes him very attractive. Cecily, Mama, whose views on education are very strict, has brought me up to be extremely short-sighted. It is part of her system. So, do you mind me looking at you through my glasses?
Not at all, Gwendolen. I like being looked at.
You are here on a short visit, I suppose.
Oh no, I live here.
Really? Your mother or an elderly female relation lives here also?
I have no mother, nor in fact any relations.
Indeed.
Well, my guardian, with the help of Miss Prism, has the difficult task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I am Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh, it is strange that he never mentioned to me that he had a ward. How secretive of him. He's becoming more interesting every hour. However, I am not sure that I am delighted by this news. I have liked you ever since I met you, Cecily, but now that I know you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I must say that I wish you were, well, a bit older than you seem to be and not quite so pretty. In fact, if I may speak candidly...
Please do. I think that when one has anything unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
Well, to be quite candid, Cecily, I wish that you were at least 42 years old and extremely plain. Ernest has an honorable and truthful nature. He would never be deceitful. But even the most honorable man can be influenced by the beauty of others. Modern history and indeed ancient history give us many painful examples of what I refer to. Indeed, history would be quite unreadable if it were not so.
I beg your pardon, Gwendolen? Did you say Ernest?
Yes.
Oh, but it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother.
Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother.
I'm sorry to say that they have not got on well for a long time with each other.
Ah, I see. Now that I think about it, I have never heard any man mention his brother. Most men don't seem to like the subject. Cecily, you have lifted a weight from my mind. I was becoming almost anxious. It would have been awful if any cloud had come across such a special friendship, would it not? Are you quite sure it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I'm going to be his guardian.
I beg your pardon?
Dearest Gwendolen, there is no reason why I should keep it a secret from you. It will be in the local newspaper next week. Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
My darling Cecily, I think there must be some small mistake. Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me. The announcement will appear in the newspapers on Saturday at the latest.
I'm afraid that you're mistaken. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
It is very strange because he asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30. Please check for yourself. I never travel anywhere without my diary. One should always have something exciting to read on the train. I am so sorry, dear Cecily, if this is any disappointment to you, but I'm afraid that I was his first choice.
It would make me very sad, dear Gwendolen, to cause you any pain, but I feel I must point out that since Ernest proposed to you, he has clearly changed his mind.
If the poor fellow has been trapped into making a foolish promise, it is my duty to rescue him at once and firmly.
If my dear boy has got into an unfortunate entanglement, I would never reproach him for it when we are married.
Are you calling me an entanglement, Miss Cardew? Oh, you are presumptuous! On an occasion of this kind, it becomes more than a duty to speak one's mind. It becomes a pleasure.
Do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I dragged Ernest into an engagement? How dare you! There is no time to pretend to have good manners. When I see a spade, I call it a spade.
Well, I am glad to say that I have never seen a spade in my life. It is obvious we do not live in the same social circle.
Shall I set the table for the afternoon tea here as usual, miss?
Yes, as usual. Der Hund. Das Buch.
Are there many interesting walks near here, Miss Cardew?
Oh yes, a great many. From the top of one of the hills one can see 5 counties.
5 counties? Oh, I don't think I should like that. I hate crowds.
Perhaps that's why you live in town.
This is quite a well-kept garden, Miss Cardew.
I'm glad you like it.
I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Oh, as flowers are as common here as people are in London.
Personally, I cannot imagine how anyone manages to live in the country. Well, if anybody who is anybody does. The country always bores me to death.
Would you like some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Yes, thank you. Hateful girl! But I want some tea.
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Cake or bread and butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is not seen in the best houses nowadays.
Give that to Miss Fairfax.
You have filled my tea with lumps of sugar, and though I asked you for bread and butter, you have given me cake! I am known to be sweet-tempered, Miss Cardew, but I warn you, you may go too far!
I would go any distance to save my poor, trusting, innocent boy from being trapped by a girl like you.
I have distrusted you from the moment I saw you. I felt you were false and deceitful. I am never wrong in such matters. My first impressions of people are always right.
It seems to me, Miss Fairfax, that I'm keeping you from your other appointments. I'm sure you have many other similar calls to make in the area.
Ernest! Oh, my dear Ernest!
Gwendolyn! Darling!
Wait a moment, Ernest. Can I ask if you are engaged to be married to this young lady?
To dear little Cecily? Of course not! What could have put such an idea into your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may kiss me.
I knew there must be some kind of misunderstanding, Miss Fairfax. The gentleman whose arm is at the present around your waist is my guardian, Mr. Jack Worthing.
I beg your pardon?
This is Uncle Jack.
Jack? Oh!
And here is Ernest.
My own love.
Wait a moment, Ernest. May I answer the following question? Are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
To what young lady? Gwendolyn! Good heavens! What could have put such an idea into her pretty little head?
Thank you. You may kiss me.
I felt there was some slight error, Miss Cardew. The gentleman whose hands you are currently holding is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief.
Algernon Moncrief? Oh! Are you called Algernon?
I cannot deny it.
Is your name really Jack?
I could deny it if I liked. I could deny anything if I liked. But my name certainly is Jack. It has been Jack for years.
We have both been terribly deceived.
Oh, my poor, wounded Cecily.
My poor wronged Gwendolen.
Please, will you call me sister?
There is just one question I would like to ask my guardian.
A very good idea. Mr. Worthing, there's just one question I would like permission to ask you. Where is your brother Ernest? We are both engaged to be married to your brother Ernest, so it is important for us to know where he is at present.
Gwendolen, Cecily, it is very painful for me, but I must speak the truth. It is the first time in my life I have been in such a painful position, and I am quite inexperienced at doing this. However, I will tell you honestly that I have no brother, Ernest. I have no brother at all. I have never had a brother in my life, and I don't intend to ever have a brother in the future.
No brother at all?
None.
And did you ever have a brother of any kind?
Never. Not of any kind.
I am afraid, dear Cecily, that neither of us is engaged to be married to anyone.
It is not a very pleasant position for a young girl to suddenly find herself in, is it?
Let us go into the house. They will not follow us into the house, will they?
No. Men are so cowardly, aren't they?
I suppose that this awful business is what you call bunburying.
Yes! And it's the best bunburying I have ever done in my life!
Well, you have no right to bunbury here.
That is absurd.
Well, I have the right to bunbury you whenever one chooses.
Why do you say that?
One has the right to bunbury whenever one chooses.
Oh, whatever. The only satisfaction I get from this awful business is that you won't be able to bunbury anymore. Your friend, Bunbury, is quite finished. You won't be able to run from town to the country quite so often now, Algie, and that is a very good thing.
And your brother isn't very well, is he, Jack? That, in fact. You won't be able to run away from the town to the country quite so often now. And that's a very good thing, too.
And you have behaved very badly towards Miss Cardew. I must say that deceiving a sweet, simple girl like Cecily is very wicked of you. To say nothing of the fact that she is my ward.
I must say that deceiving a brilliant, clever young lady like Miss Fairfax is very wicked of you. To say nothing of the fact that she's my cousin.
I wanted to be engaged to Gwendolen. That is all.
Well, I simply wanted to be engaged to Cecily. I adore her.
Oh, there is certainly no chance of you marrying Miss Cardew.
There is no chance of you marrying Miss Fairfax.
I can't quite understand how you can sit there calmly eating muffins when we are in this awful trouble. You seem to me to be perfectly heartless.
I cannot eat muffins in an agitated manner. The bun would probably get on my calves. One should always eat muffins calmly. This is the only way to eat them.
I mean, it is perfectly heartless of you to be eating muffins at all in the circumstances.
When I am in trouble, eating is the only thing which makes me feel better. Indeed, when I am in great trouble, I refuse everything except food and drink. Drink and food. At present, I'm eating muffins because I'm unhappy. And besides, I like muffins.
That is no reason why you should eat them all.
Please have a tea cake instead. I don't like this tea cake.
Good heavens, I think a man may eat his own muffins in his own garden.
But you just said it was perfectly heartless to eat muffins.
I said it was perfectly heartless of you. That is very different.
Yes, but the muffins are the same.
Algie, I wish you would go.
I cannot go if I not have my dinner. I never go without my dinner. And besides, I have just arranged with Canon Chaseable to be baptized at 5:45. I will take the name Ernest.
Oh, my dear fellow, no you are not. It's nonsense. I arranged with Canon Chasuble to be baptized myself at 5:30. I will, of course, take the name Ernest. Gwendolyn would want me to. We can't both be baptized with the name Ernest. It's absurd. Besides, I have a right to be baptized if I like. There is no evidence that I have ever been baptized. And I think it very likely that I never was. It is very different for you. You have been baptized already.
That was years ago.
Yes, but you have been baptized. That is the important thing.
Yes, indeed, so I know my health can bear it.
Indeed, it is rather dangerous for you to be baptized now. It might make you very unwell. You can have forgotten that a close relative in Paris very nearly died
Of a bad cold this week.
Yes, but you said yourself that a bad cold was not hereditary.
It didn't used to be, but it probably is now. Science is always making wonderful improvements.
That is nonsense. You never say anything but nonsense.
Jack! Muffins again! I wish you wouldn't. There are only 2 left. I told you I was particularly fond of muffins.
But I hate tea cake.
Then why on earth do you serve tea cake to your guests? I don't like your ideas of hospitality.
Algernon, I wish you would go. I have already told you to go. Why don't you go?
Because I haven't finished my tea yet.
I have 1 muffin or 2 left.
Mr. Wilde, your play is a triumph. Witty, biting, and humorous, as you always do. I am curious to know, though, if Jack and Algernon will be able to find their way back into these young ladies' hearts after that fiasco.
It is indeed intriguing.
Surely this writing style of yours demands a lot of effort and imagination. Or maybe even a life experience. Do you think that the audiences might assume that this is in some way autobiographical?
My fellow, how could you suggest that? If I were writing about myself, I would need far more clever disguises.
Perhaps so. And what do you say about characters' double lives? Is it something that all Englishmen do? Perhaps you've met someone like Jack.
Jack is a common English name for a common English fellow who is tired of hiding his inner desires and requires an escape. You never know who that person may be. A writer, a lawyer, or a journalist. Of course, people in our society are too serious to accept that. I am here to help them become unserious.
That does remind me of your first novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray. Do you think there are similarities between characters in all of your works?
We all live, we all love, and we all love. Our human experiences are numbered, and so we are similar in one way or another. That will be my answer.
Perhaps so. And what do you say about reception? Because do you think that you can replicate this scandal of your first work? They do both seem to be rather revealing.
Ah, scandal, the lifeblood of good storytelling. What is art if not the business of revealing? And what good story does not invite controversy? Especially in a city as refined, as civilized, as utterly unshakable as London.
There is another question before I leave.
Well, do not hold it in. Amaze me.
You do have female characters in your play, but they all act as if they are masculine. Is it something related to you being surrounded by, I don't know, a different type of man?
I know it may sound foolish to you, but women have their own desires too. As a person of art, I must satisfy all the needs, no matter who they come from. And about my surroundings, if you're so interested in them, should I invite you to my cottage?
I like your trade. Of words. That will be all, Mr. Wilde. Thank you for your response.
Always my pleasure.
They have not followed us into the house as anyone else would have done. They must be ashamed.
They have been eating muffins. That looks like repentance to me.
They don't seem to notice us at all. Couldn't you cough?
But I haven't got a cough.
Oh, they're looking at us. How dare they?
They're walking towards us. How presumptuous of them.
Let us remain silent and dignified.
Certainly. It's the only right thing to do now.
This dignified silence has been rather unpleasant.
Yeah, I agree it is.
But we will not be the first to speak.
Certainly not.
But we will not be the first to speak. Mr. Worthing, I have something to ask you, and your reply is extremely important.
Gwendolen, I value your common sense. Mr. Moncrief, would you answer the following question? Why did you pretend to be my guardian's brother?
In order that I might have the opportunity of meeting you.
It seems like a satisfactory explanation, does it not?
Yes, dear, if you can believe him.
I don't believe him. But it is a wonderful answer.
That is true. If you are talking about something very serious, the style of what you say is much more important than the sincerity. Mr. Worthing, why did you pretend to have a brother? Was it in order that you could come to town as often as possible to see me?
Could you doubt that, Miss Fairfax?
I have very strong doubts, but I intend to ignore them. Their explanations appear to be quite satisfactory, especially Mr. Worthing's. His answer seems to me to be particularly truthful.
I feel very happy with what Mr. Moncrief said. The sound of his voice alone makes me confident that I should believe him.
Then do you think we should forgive them?
Yes! I mean, no.
I agree. I had forgotten something. We have ideals which we must not ignore. Which one of us should tell them? The task is not a pleasant one.
Could we not both speak to them at the same time?
An excellent idea! In fact, I nearly always speak at the same time as other people. Are you ready?
Certainly.
Your first names are a problem that cannot be solved. That is all.
Our first names? Is that all? But we are going to be baptized later this afternoon!
Are you really willing to do this terrible thing for my sake?
I am.
Are you really prepared to face this awful ordeal to please me?
I am.
How absurd to talk about the equality of the sexes. Men are infinitely better than us at self-sacrifice.
We are.
They have moments of courage of which we women know nothing.
Darling!
Lady Bracknell has arrived.
Good heavens!
Gwendolyn! What does this mean? This means that I'm engaged to be married to Mr. Worthing, Mama. Come here. Sit down. Sit at once. I have followed my daughter here. I have asked her maid, and I gave her a small coin. And I followed her here on the first train. Her father does not know where she is, nor do I propose to tell him the truth. I never do, in fact. I would deem it wrong to do so. You must know
that all contact between you and my daughter is to be forbidden. On that point, as on all points, I am firm.
I am engaged to be married to Gwendolen, Lady Bracknell.
You are not, my sir. And now, Algernon.
Yes, Aunt Augusta?
Is this the house in which your invalid friend lives?
Bunbury doesn't live here. He's dead, in fact.
Dead? When did he die? His death must have been extremely sudden.
I killed him.
He died this afternoon.
What did he die of?
Well, he was quite exploded.
Exploded? Was Mr. Bunbury a victim of a terrorist plot? I did not know that Mr. Bunbury was interested in politics. Well, in that case, he deserved his fate.
No. He was like a found out. The doctor said that he could not live anymore, so he died.
Well, this Mr. Bunbury seemed to have had great confidence in his doctor's opinion. I am glad, however, that he decided to do something so definite and acted on proper medical advice. And now, Mr. Worthing, who is that young person whose hand my nephew Algernon is holding? He is holding it, might I add, in the most unnecessary way.
The lady is Miss Cecily Cardew, my ward.
I am engaged to her, Aunt Augusta.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Moncrief and I are engaged to be married, Lady Bracknell.
Chair. I do not know whether there is something exciting about the air in Hertfordshire, but the number of engagements seem to be exceeding the expecting average. I think I must make some preliminary inquiries. Mr. Worthing, is Miss Cardew connected with any of the larger railway stations in London? I am merely asking for information. Until yesterday, I did not know that there were families or people related to railway stations.
Miss Cardew is the granddaughter of the late Mr. Thomas Cardew, of 149 Belgrave Square, London, of Gervais Park, Dorking, Surrey, and also of the Sporran, Fifeshire, Scotland.
That sounds not unsatisfactory. Free addresses always inspire confidence. But I have no proof they are real.
Miss Cardew's family lawyers are Markby, and Markby.
Markby, and Markby. But they are the lawyers of the very highest position in their profession. Indeed, I know that one of the Mr. Markbys is occasionally to be seen at dinner parties. I am almost satisfied.
How extremely kind of you, Lady Bracknell. I have also got, you will be pleased to hear, certificates of Miss Cardew's birth, baptism, and confirmation of vaccinations for whooping cough and the measles, both German and English.
Busy life, I see. Though perhaps it has been a little too exciting for a young girl. I do not believe a young girl should have too many experiences. Let's go, Gwendolen. We have not a moment to lose. Since I am making enquiries, Mr. Worthing, I had better ask you if Miss Cardew has any personal fortune.
Oh, She has an investment of £130,000 in government stocks, so her annual income is very large. That is all. Goodbye, Lady Bracknell. So pleased to have seen you.
Well, wait a moment, Mr. Worthing. £130,000 and in government stocks. Well, this Lady Cardew seems to me to be a very attractive young lady. Now that I look at her, very few ladies have qualities which last and improve with time. We live in a time where beauty is the most important thing. Come here, my sweet child. Your hair has not been styled very well, and your dress is not very fashionable. But we can soon alter that. An experienced French maid will produce a great result in a short time. I remember recommending one to Lady Lansing, and in a few months her own husband did not know her.
After a few months, nobody knew her.
Turn around, my sweet child. I want to see you from the side. Good. There is much about your situation which is promising. You could fit well into good society. Hold your chin up a little higher, my dear. Chins are worn very high at the present. Algernon!
Yes, Aunt Augusta?
There is much about her situation which is promising. She could fit well into good society.
Oh, Cecily is the sweetest, dearest, beautiful person I have ever seen in my life. And I don't care about her fitting in good society.
Don't be so dismissive of good society, Algernon. Only people who cannot fit into good society speak like that. My dear child. Of course, Algernon has no money. He has nothing but his debts to bring to a marriage. But I do not approve of marrying for money. When I married Lord Bracknell, I had not a penny to my name, and I didn't allow it to stand in my way. Well, I must give my consent to this marriage.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell.
You may kiss me, Cecily.
Thank you.
You may also call me Aunt Augusta.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
The marriage ought to take place quite soon.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
I don't approve of long engagements. They give people a chance to find out about each other's character. Which I think is never advisable.
I beg your pardon, Lady Bracknell, but their engagement is not acceptable. I am Miss Cardew's guardian, and she cannot marry without my consent until she comes of age. I will not give my consent.
Why, may I ask? Algernon is an extremely eligible gentleman. He has nothing, but he looks as if he had everything. What more can one want?
I am very sorry to have to say this to you, Lady Bracknell, but the fact is that I do not approve of his character. I suspect that he is devious.
Devious? My nephew Algernon? Impossible. He was educated at Oxford University.
There can be no doubt about that. This afternoon, while I was away in London, he was allowed into this house because he said he was my brother. While pretending to be my brother, he drank, I am informed by my servant, a complete bottle of very good quality champagne, which I was keeping especially for myself. He also succeeded in turning my word against me. He then stayed to tea and ate every muffin we had. He behaved completely heartlessly. And What is worse, he knew that I don't have a brother, that I never had a brother, and that I don't intend to ever have a brother of any kind. He knew because I told him so myself yesterday afternoon.
Mr. Worthing, after thinking about this carefully, I have decided to forget about the way my nephew Algernon behaved towards you.
That is very nice of you, Lady Bracknell. I have decided, however, not to change my mind. I will not give my consent.
Come here, my sweet child. How old are you?
Well, I'm only 18, but I always say I'm 20 when I go to parties.
But you are perfectly right to make a small alteration. No woman should ever be quite accurate about her age. It looks so devious. Well, I think that it is not going to be that long until you come of age. So your guardian's consent is not very important.
Excuse me for interrupting you again, Lady Bracknell, but I must inform you that, according to her grandfather's will, Miss Cardew does not come of age until she is 35.
Well, I don't think that's a problem. 35 is a very attractive age to be. London society is full of women who have by their own free will remained 35 for years. Lady Dumbledore, for example, she has been 35 ever since she reached the age of 40, which was many, many years ago. Our dear Cecily will be even more beautiful at the age of 35, and she'll have even more money.
Algie, could you wait till I'm 35?
You know I could. You know.
I believe that you could, but I couldn't wait all the time. I hate waiting for anybody, even for 5 minutes. It always makes me rather cross. I'm not punctual myself, but I do like other people to be punctual. So, waiting even to be married is quite out of the question.
Then what shall we do, Cousin Cecily?
I do not know, Mr. Moncrief.
Mr. Worthing, Miss Cardew states that she cannot wait until she is 35, a remark that tells me that she has a rather impatient nature. However, I do beg of you to reconsider.
My dear Lady Bracknell, the decision is entirely in your own hands. If you consent to my marriage with Gwendolen, I will gladly consent to your nephew's marriage with my ward.
Mr. Worthing, you must know that your marriage with my daughter is not possible.
Then, passionate celibacy is all that any of us can look forward to.
That is not the future I propose for Gwendolen. Algernon, of course, can choose for himself. Let's go, Gwendolen. We have missed 4, if not 5 trains.
Everything is quite ready for the baptisms.
The baptisms? No. First marriage, then children, then baptisms.
Both of these gentlemen wish to be baptized immediately.
Baptized at their age? But this is ridiculous and quite irreligious. Algernon, I forbid you to get baptized. My husband, Lord Bracknell, would be very displeased to know that you were wasting your time and money like this.
Do I understand this correctly? Is neither of you gentlemen wish to be baptized?
I don't think that baptism would be much use to either of us at the moment, Canon Chasuble.
I am very sorry to hear you say so, Mr. Worthing.
That sounds like a view of a religious man. I have written 4 unpublished sermons on that subject. However, since you decided to ignore religion for now, I will return to church, where Miss Prism has been waiting for me for an hour and a half.
Miss Prism? Did I hear you say Miss Prism?
Yes, Lady Bracknell. I'm going to meet her now.
Wait a moment, Canon Chasuble. This is a topic which may be very important to Lord Bracknell and I. Is this Miss Prism a rather ugly female, remotely connected with education?
She is a very respectable lady.
She must be the same person! What position is she in your household?
I'm in celibate, madam.
Lady Bracknell, Miss Prism has been Miss Cardew's valued governess and companion for the last 3 years.
Well, let her be sent for! Get her here now!
She is approaching. She is nearly here.
I was told that you were coming to the church. I was waiting for you like for an hour and 3/4.
Prism! Come here, Prism! Prism! Where is that baby? Prism, 28 years ago, you left Lord Bracknell's house, 104 Upper Grosvenor Square, London, in charge of a pram containing a baby boy. You never returned. After a police investigation, the pram was found in a remote part of the city. But the baby was not there. Where is that baby, Prism?
Lady Bracknell, I am ashamed to say, I do not know. I wish I did. These are the facts. On the morning of that day, a day which I will remember forever, I have prepared as usual to take the baby out in a pram. I had a large handbag with me in which I intended to put the manuscript of the 3-volume novel that I had written. In a moment of forgetfulness, I may have put the manuscript and the baby in the handbag.
But where did you put the handbag?
Do not ask me, Mr. Worthing.
Miss Prism, this is very important to me. I must know where you put the handbag which contained the baby.
I have forgotten it in a cloakroom of one of the larger railway stations in London.
Which railway station?
Victoria!
I must go to my bedroom for a moment. Gwendolyn, wait for me here.
If you are not too long, I will wait for you all my life.
What do you think this means, Lady Bracknell?
I dare not guess, Canon Chasuble. You must know that strange coincidences are not supposed to happen in families of high position like ours. You're not appropriate.
Uncle Jack sounds very agitated.
I wish that noise would stop.
It has stopped now.
It has not.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it will last.
Is this the handbag, Miss Prism? Examine it carefully before you speak. The happiness of more than one person depends on your answer.
It seems to be mine. Yes, here is the damage which happened in an accident on a bus. And here is a stain which was caused by a drink that exploded at Leamington. Yeah, and here near the locker, my initials. I had forgotten that I had them put there. It is delightful to have it returned to me so unexpectedly. It was very inconvenient not to have it all those years.
Miss Prism, more has been returned to you than the handbag, and even more than the manuscript. I was the baby you placed in it.
My baby!
Mother!
I am unmarried.
Unmarried? That is a serious problem. But who has the right to speak badly of someone who has suffered? Why should society treat men and women differently? Mother, I forgive you.
Mr. Warden, you are wrong. There is the lady which can tell you who you really are.
Lady Bracknell, would you kindly inform me who I am?
I am afraid my answer will not satisfy you. You are son of my poor sister, Miss Moncrief, and therefore Algernon's older brother.
Algy's elder brother. Then I have a brother after all. I knew I had a brother. I always said I had a brother. Cecily, how could you have ever doubted that I had a brother? Miss Prism, here is my unfortunate brother. Ken Jessible, my unfortunate brother. Cecily, my unfortunate brother. Gwendolyn, my unfortunate brother. Algy, you will have to treat me with more respect in the future. You have never treated me like a younger brother should. Oh, I did my best though.
My own. Oh, but my own. What? I mean, what is your name now that you are not Jack Worthing?
Well, good heavens, I have forgotten about my name. I suppose that you haven't changed your mind about your favorite name.
Never.
Then the question must be cleared up at once. Aunt Augusta, had I been baptized?
Your loving parents have done everything for you, including a baptism.
Then I was baptized. That is clear. Now, what name was I given? Let me know the worst.
You were the eldest son, so you were given your father's name.
Yes, but what was my father's name?
I can't at present recall what the general's name was, but I am sure he had one.
Algy, can you remember what our father's name was?
I was years ago. I was 1 year ago. I was 1 year old when he died.
His name will appear in the army list of the period, I suppose, Aunt Augusta.
The general was a man of peace, except for in his domestic life. Well, I do suppose his name will appear in the army list.
The army lists for the last 40 years are here. I should have read them all. Merryman, army lists. Generals. Malcolm, Malam, Marx. What awful names they have. Man, Millhouse, Mops, Moncrief. 1840, Lieutenant, Captain, Lieutenant Colonel, Colonel, 1869, General. Names: Ernest John. I have always told you, Gwendolyn, that my name was Ernest. Well, it is Ernest after all. I mean, it really is Ernest.
Yes, I do remember the General calling you Ernest. I knew I had a reason for disliking that name.
Ernest, my own Ernest. I felt from the first time I met you that you could have no other name.
Gwendolyn, it is terrible for a man to find out that he has been speaking the truth all his life. Can you forgive me?
I can, because I feel that you are going to change.
Dear Gwendolyn.
Leticia.
Fred, at last.
Cecily. Gwendolyn, at last.
Matthew, you seem to me to be displaying signs of a lack of seriousness.
On the contrary, Aunt Augusta, I have now realized, for the first time in my life, the vital importance of being earnest.
Thank you all for proving once again how generous you are when it comes to attention and how intelligent you are when it comes to jokes. I am glad to be a part of such fine audience. Bosie, here you are. Come forward. How was the show? Did you like it?
Oh, I did enjoy it. It was brilliant as expected. But I do have some questions.
Well, ask them, Bosie. I would be disheartened if I left you confused. So, Jack. Ah, yes. An enigmatic fruit. What about him?
Did he learn his lesson? Whatever the lesson may be.
Ah, Jack. A man with the greatest tragedy of all, boredom. You see, Bosie, in a society where men expected to be dutiful and respectable, they forget one important thing: human nature. And so his torment is to balance between them.
So that's why he goes bumbering, to escape that?
Precisely. A harmless deception to finally live the way he wants to live, to love the way he wants to love. And I wouldn't say that his deception was revealed. In fact, it would be foolish of us to assume that no one thought of it sooner. People are blind to amusement.
And so that's why they all ignored all of the signs, because they did not want to know the truth.
Truth is sometimes harsh and not the way people want it. So they have to sugarcoat their true intentions with lies, or the importance of being earnest.
And that is?
And that is that all rights come to an end. and it's better to not have a double life at all. Life is too strict and demanding, so we should treat it as freely as possible. And to do that, we need to stop pretending and be who we actually are.
Fantabulosa. But while we are still speaking of Jack, he marries his own cousin, does he not?
Bosie, please, you said if it was shocking. This is England, where a proper marriage is less about love and more about keeping the family fortune in the family. And if you think that's awful, do not forget what royals are best known for.
Well, fair enough. You know, in your play, Gwendolyn and Cecily, they seem surprisingly proactive.
Ah, yes. Delightful individuals, aren't they? You see, Bosie, in a society where women must wait for their life to come, they simply got tired of waiting. I mean, with the amount of papers you need to fill out just to get the approval, who would not grow restless? They take what they want, they declare engagements even before men have proposed, and utterly refuse to be passive in their own lives.
Never knew you were such a proponent of women's rights.
No matter how gazettes and suits talk about power, we, men, do not have monopoly over everything. Women too are trapped by expectations.
So in your play, if the men are running away from their lives, the women are running towards them?
Exactly. And between the two, it's painfully obvious who is far more intelligent.
So that's why you gave Gwendolyn the surname Fairfax, so she will not be defined by her family name Bracknell.
My silly Bosie. That's why you barely finished your studies in Oxford. I simply changed her name to not confuse her with her mother.
Sometimes the genius is not understood.
You can leave. You too. I need to finish the evening. Well, that was quite an evening, wasn't it? Deceits, disguises, double lives. What a fun time! I've always said that life is too important to be taken seriously. But sometimes life insists on being awfully serious about the most ridiculous things. But that's not why you're here. After all, theater is never as important as a job, and not as serious. And that is the beauty of life, to treat it as unseriously as possible. Now, the play is over. The audience is satisfied. The only missing thing is your applause.
Thank you once again for coming to see our show. We hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will come in the future. Thank you.